Video game and chill. Yeah, totally. Playing video games as a date, completely viable. And I think if you're watching this video and you like video games, you probably want to find someone with similar interests. They'll have a lot of fun with you with all these games too. Anyways, so I've played each of these games at least on one date, some of them multiple times, and I can guarantee you're gonna have a good time. So what you're also gonna see is BenQ actually donated a projector to me, so a full review on that coming soon, but also you're gonna see some snippets of that being used here for some date games as well. And yeah, definitely, before we get into the video, you should definitely get a nice open couch, cozy environment for you and someone. And yeah, projector could totally make that happen. Yeah, make the magic happen. So anyways, here's 10 games that I think are the best games for dates. If you got to stay inside, which most of us do right now, have someone come over, have a good time. Okay, so the first game to talk about is Castle Crashers, but kind of also cheating. I think that Castle Crashers is a fantastic game, but I'm also going to mention all my other videos where I talk about party games or couch co-op games, because really there's no one best game for a date. Sometimes it's all about finding the right game. Sometimes you got to play multiple games, and sometimes you just want to game hop. You just want to go from party game to party game. But Castle Crashers is a pretty fun game to test the waters with. It's a little bit older. Came out like with the Xbox Live Arcade. Used to be like a flash game, but this is a treasure. It's a lot of poop humor. It's a really stupid game, but it's a beat 'em up, and I think it's something that all genders, all walks of life, all ages could really enjoy. So yeah, I mean, as long as you're okay with sometimes it being a little hectic, and sometimes it can be a little challenging, but overall, it's a little bit of fun with the co-op, and it's kind of a little bit competitive too, and it also has mini games, there's party modes to it, and if you do want to take it seriously, play it later on, even just alone, it actually is kind of a serious game, has a hardcore mode. So I love this game, I gotta put it on the list, had a couple dates with it, but overall, might be a little bit niche. Some people might not like the humor, etc., but that's what the rest of the list is for. And as well, again, here at number 10, I definitely want to shout out my co-op list for couch co-op games just in general, because everyone likes different things, as well as party game lists. Next up, we have Portal 2. And now Portal 2, I will give a warning. It can be a little challenging. Now, I've had a couple dates where they've come over. I wanted to play Portal 2 because, obviously, it's like it's a staple co-op game. But a little awkward to control first-person shooter mechanics. Even though this is a puzzler game, some of them do require some timing, and it just can be frustrating for some people. But Portal 2, yeah, you got to worry about if they've ever used a controller before, if they've ever played a first-person shooter with a controller. But otherwise, it is a really fantastic game. You could just jump into, a scenario, portal it up. And it's pretty self-explanatory, right? But Portal 2 is a fantastic co-op game. However, if Portal 2 doesn't quite do it for you, or you have already played it, there's a few other co-op games that kind of have that spirit. Honestly, just a couple. One of those games is Trine. Trine is a really cute game. It's up to 3 players, but anyways, you can totally play it as a date game. Another puzzle platformer, 3 different characters to play with. And then you have a game called Ebe and Ob. Now, this game looks really adorable. One guy is pink, one guy is green, and then you jump between, like a top world and a underworld kind of thing. It's physics bending. It's all gravity puzzles, but it's really, really, really hard. Looks cute. It's super challenging. So yeah. Anyways, at number 9, I think between 3 of these, you can pick out a game that you're going to have a lot of fun with, but definitely give out, Portal 2 a chance. Next up, Stick Fight the Game. Now, I was introduced to this game because I did my top 10 party games list, which was so beloved. Like, a lot of people really had a lot of fun with a lot of those games. A lot. And Stick Fight the Game was actually, after a couple of months, came out, and people were suggesting it. They're like, hey, this game is looking pretty good. You should check it out. And so I finally caved in. I was like, oh yeah, I do love games like this. Let me check out Stick Fight the Game. But the way people were selling it, it was just like the second coming. And guys, it seriously is one of the best dating games. If you're gonna play a fighting game, just silly physics-based gameplay, you want this. Now, there's a few others that I can also give an honorable mention, such as Gang Beasts. I actually personally like Gummy's Life, but whatever. There's a couple of physics fighters out there, just really silly, stupid stuff that you can jam to. But I really think Stick Fight the Game is just like a nice price. You jump in, and it's stick fighting, but also guns, but also like destructible environments. And there's like 100-something levels. I don't know. There's a lot of levels out there, and they're all gimmicky, and it's such a quick, clean sort of gimmick what the game is, and yet like you're kind of addicted. Like you sit there and you'll play for an hour and you'll be like, oh man, that was awesome. Let's jump to the next game now. Or that's a good way to start the night. You know what I'm saying? Get the blood going. So stick fight the game, guys. If you want to pick up a fighting arcade silly kind of game, this is the first one to do. Next on the list, gonna be a little controversial, but definitely stay tuned. Okay, I'm gonna be talking about The Walking Dead. Now, this could be replaced by pretty much any narratively driven game, and also dating sims, and I don't know, maybe point and click adventure games. That's sort of what I'm going with here. A lot of people like to think that these are just single player games because you don't technically plug in another controller, but you can totally play games like this with someone beside you, making decisions with you. I mean, what are you as the one player doing anyways? Are you even really gaming? It's really debatable. You're just kind of choosing, you're kind of clicking on the screen sometimes. So yeah, just having someone beside you, like, I guess you guys can kind of have a vote system. You're like, oh, should we do this? Should we do that? You can have little bickering fights and stuff, and you're reacting to it. And for the most part, these kind of games almost play like movies anyways. So yeah, Netflix and chill, Walking Dead and chill, or I don't know, The Wolf Among Us, or whatever game you want to pick. But I would just recommend The Walking Dead. It's a really long series, accredited, good stuff. Okay, Ultimate Chicken Horse. Kind of, I don't know, I can't say that name without smiling real big. This is a game that I shout out so many times, so often. I would play it on stream. I put it in a couple of list videos, especially that party game list video. Ultimate Chicken Horse is, in my opinion, just the ultimate party game that anybody can get behind, anybody can play anywhere. And it's since expanded since I first talked about it. So now we have like a Mario Maker sort of mode. There's challenge modes. You can make so many different interesting maps. A lot of new characters, a lot of new boxes or toys to play with, gadgets. Anyways, but Ultimate Chicken Horse, to kind of simply explain it, it's the game of chicken and horse and a creative party platformer thing. You're building the level as you play it. So you want to get to the end of the level, and whoever gets to the end of the level the most times is pretty much the winner throughout all the different rounds, but you're trying to make it harder and harder every round while also still being able to actually get to the end. So right there, it's like this competitive, almost cooperative Mario Maker sort of thing that is a little bit slept on, I think, in my opinion. But in terms of date games, this is great. I mean, most people know how to play a platformer. And even if you're really, really good at this game, there's still so much weird, wacky stuff that can go on that generally it balances out the playing field, even if you played it over and over again like I have. So yeah, this has been a real winner in my household. Okay, but halfway on the list, we have the game that's pretty much the newest that I've just recently played, and that's going to be Luigi's Mansion 3, but I also do want to give an honorable mention to the arcade game. I know a lot of us can't go out to arcades right now, so you're looking at a list like this, you want to bring home a girl or a boy and play some games, have some fun, I get it, but the arcade game is the best arcade game in my opinion, and as well, one of the greatest date games ever. So actually, when I first originally envisioned this list, the arcade game made it first. However, Luigi's Mansion 3 is a really, really fun co-op game that even if you're picking it up, I don't know, halfway or partway through, it's really fine. The narrative, you can just kind of jump in, drop out. It's totally cool, and just kind of do whatever section you're on. Or they even have mini games, party mode, actually making Mario Party players a little jealous that we're getting extra stuff for Luigi's Mansion. But yeah, you have multiple game modes to play with Luigi's Mansion. The only thing to keep in mind is when you buy Luigi's Mansion, co-op is not activated automatically. So you do have to grind up, or like you have to work your way up to it. I think it takes like an hour if you're slow, 30 minutes to probably get to that spot, and then you can co-op. So, get there, then cooperate, or let them play it first, and then you can tag along with it. Me, I play Guigi. I'm the Guigi. I have a lot of fun with that. So cooperatively, probably one of the best co-op games out there if you really want like a long-running game that you can keep coming back to, or one, even still, that you can just jump into, especially with the party mode. Yeah. Okay, but we're into like the big four. And a lot of these are going to come at you, and they're going to hit pretty hard. Okay, these are ones that it's like you kind of have to have. Like when people think a date game, they probably talk about these kind of games. Smash Bros. Like, hey, you want to smash? Becky, please. Smash Bros is like, I don't know. It's a game that pretty much everyone should probably have in their library. Everyone should play at least once. And definitely, I think in a situation where you're playing with a significant other or someone you would like to make a significant other, Smash Bros is a really cute, fun, extremely casual game. I mean, if you want to have items on, if you want to play on some of the wacky maps, depending on the characters, the situations you can get in, it can just be really stupid and fun, but not too serious, right? Then again, I've had dates where I played Tekken. So yeah, you can have Tekken in this slot as well. Tekken, Street Fighter, it's weird, but a lot of dates really like Mortal Kombat. Sometimes just how competitive something can be actually makes it really good for date games, but Smash Bros is the one I really want to promote because that's the one that sort of evenly coats everything. It can get competitive if you want to go there, but it doesn't. We don't have to. Okay, we can just keep it silly. Keep it silly, keep it calm, or go chaos, whatever. So yeah, Smash Bros Ultimate is a fantastic game. If you want a free-to-play version, like you don't want to spend any money and it's on all platforms, there is a game called Brawlhalla. So I'm gonna give that shout out for you, dudes. Number 3, Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart is the one that I always lead with in dates or something like that. Some sort of game similar to Mario Kart. Actually, I played the Sonic Racing game. That was really good too. And I love Crash Bandicoot Nitro Racing back in the day. I don't know how the new one fares. I mean, I know that it's actually doing really well, but I haven't personally played it. Need to check it out. But yeah, Mario Kart or any kart racer, pretty much good to go. I used to play one back in the day, a browser-based one. So Mario Kart, ever since I got it, I've been getting my ass kicked. And you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. Mario Kart is a game that I think I would put as number 1 because it's such an easy game to be like, hey, you want to play Mario Kart? It's such an easy game to shout out. But I think that it's kind of hard. Or maybe the person I play with is just really freaking good at Mario Kart. But if someone is really good at Mario Kart, they've learned the maps, they learned the physics, they know how to play, you don't really play with them. It's more like you're playing with the bots and they're just so far gone it doesn't even matter. So that's why it's keeping it away from number 1. It is an accessible game, but if someone happens to be much better than the other person, kind of maybe similar to Smash Bros, but it doesn't have it's funny because it's Mario Kart, but it actually doesn't have the chaos that Smash Bros has. It's still a fantastic fun game, absolutely. Oh, keep in mind that the arcade version, kind of going back to Luigi's Mansion arcade. Look, arcade games are awesome, but the Mario Kart arcade game is bad. It's so bad, don't play it. But yeah, get it on Switch. It's a fantastic and fun game. Okay, number 2 is probably the number 1 game on most people's, just the best co-op game of all time. And that's going to be Overcooked. Funny enough, I actually haven't played Overcooked 2. I need to jump on that. I absolutely know so. But I'm still running through Overcooked. Overcooked is the most played date game that I have in terms of playing it the most with a few people. A lot of people just get hooked on it. You get hooked on Overcooked. Now, there's a couple things to worry about with Overcooked when it comes to the dates, is that it can be tense and frustrating. This is definitely probably the best second date kind of game. Some of these games you can just jump out and play instantly, like Stick Fight, sure, maybe even Smash Bros. But some games, Overcooked, you can try it, but you gotta, it gets hot, okay? It gets hot in the kitchen. So basically the whole point of Overcooked is it's a stressful game about cooking. Sometimes you're just making hamburgers, and then sometimes you're making like these gourmet dishes. The earthquake splits the restaurant in half. There's rats trying to steal everything. Everything's on fire. She's screaming at you and crying and doesn't know why she even went on this date in the first place. And I don't know, I guess you're not getting lucky. So Overcooked is such a cute, adorable game that a lot of people really love, but you might need to have a little bit of patience. I don't know. And there's actually a ton of content with it. When it comes to the DLCs, or if you just want to jump in, replay it, actually I think the replay value is really good. If you want to change roles, switch it up, try different strategies. Overcooked overall is a great party game as well, so you don't just have to play cooperatively, it's also good as party and competitive. So Overcooked, you will see most people say this is a great co-op game. So if you already have, a significant other, a girlfriend, definitely Overcooked is the game that you need to be jamming to. Okay, but now the game that has probably earned me the most affection is Octodad. Octodad just flat out, and it's really surprising because I didn't even know this was co-op, and I just bought it, and then I was like, oh, there's cooperative mode, let me try this, and then I had a girl try it with me, and it was so stupid, it was so fun. And now one thing that makes Octodad great for multiple dates, if you are a dating savant like I am, then you actually have these little mini games or mini modes or sort of scenarios that you can jump into and play. But the one that I played the most with the most amount of people is just the baseline story. Now, if you want to play this one and done it, it's about the length of a movie, so it's a really short game. But basically, you're an octopus pretending to be a human, and you're just doing human things, You're totally just a normal human dad, nothing to see here. But you control each limb. So if you're one player, yeah, it's awkward enough. It's like it's a little physics fun game, right? It's silly and goofy. You try to control his little squid arms or octopus arms and just, mow the lawn, stuff like that. Walk through an aquarium, whatever. And oh, by the way, the story, the shenanigans, it is also a love story. It's really good. Okay, I like the writing. But when you get 2 players, then you can also even randomize it. So you each time you accomplish something, you get a random limb that you control, and you got to walk around, or you have to use one leg, one arm, and you're trying to shoot basketballs and just do stupid stuff. And it's a game where it's like the more bad you are, then the more fun it is, which is something I can't exactly say for games like stressful games like Overcooked, or even like fighting games like Stick Fight. It doesn't always work that way. All right, a lot of these games have some stress. That's a big thing that'll stop a date dead in its tracks. Well, Octodad is just fun. And the worse you are, the funnier it is. And you know what people like? People like people who make them laugh. So Octodad has been my most successful dating game, and I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with it too. But yeah, guys, that's it for my games to date. I definitely want to recommend you, get a nice cozy little spot, a good living room space, something breathable, but something, tight and warm. And then maybe, I don't know, buy a projector. I had a popcorn machine, stuff like that. I don't know, all that goofy stuff can make the experience, the atmosphere, sure, and just jam, I like to have plushes, pillows, things like that. But yeah, speaking about the projector, oh my God, that was actually a lot of fun. Very surprising. Sure, a TV is well enough, but a projector, that just goes a step above. A bigger screen just really absorbs you in the moment, and it's easy to get lost in how close you can get with someone. So yeah, BenQ's projector, by the way, for a gaming projector was really fantastic. I actually went to a tournament for a game called Needhog, which I also play sometimes on dates. And when I played on projector at the tournament, it was really bad and laggy. But when I played on this one with a high frame rate, it can even go to 4K. It's like 120 hertz. It's really fast, really clean overall projector. No, I played it totally fine. Played most of these games pretty fine. And I can't wait to, watch movies and play more. Also, the sound quality, extremely surprising. Overall, easy to use. Full review coming on that projector, by the way. But yeah, they did actually donate it to me. So thank you for that, BenQ. Anyways, games for dates. A lot goes into a good date, but if you're gonna have a good date and you're gonna be inside, maybe try playing some games. And I think these 10/honorable mentions are a good place to start. Hope you guys have fun. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Also, any secret tips or dating tricks on how to decor the living room. What really makes it pop out. I don't know. Mood lights, lava lamps. Help a brother out. Much love. I'll see you in the next one.